the Geelong Cricket Show. Yes, it's nice and hot. It's getting hotter. Will it be the day for the new cherry or will it be the day for the willow to wield? Time will tell us. We look at the Geelong Cricket Association and a game we've been waiting for all season. The top of the table clash between the top two teams, Grovedale and Bellpost Hill up there at Windy Hill. And Grovedale batted first last week and led by a brilliant century from Gareth Yelland, scored 9 for 227. I'll go to Jim Timberlake first. Do you think that Bellpost Hill can get the 228 against the Grovedale attack? Big Harps to lead it.
Well, the old saying is you bat your overs, you'll get them. So I guess that'll be their number one aim. From watching East Belmont play Grovedale last week, Barry Churchill will hold the key there. So if they can see Barry out and maybe pick up some runs elsewhere, then Bellpost Hill are a big chance.
Bellpost Hill a big chance, according to Sir James Timberlake. Tim Mitchell, do you think Barry Cheetahs can do the spinning of the fingers again?
I'm not too sure. I did tip Grovedale last week, but after this weekend's round of action, I'm going to switch allegiances and go to Bellpost Hill.
We're going to jump the fence, are we?
No, well, Bellpost Hill have been batting fantastically, and I think they should be good enough to chase down 227. A lot of guys in form. I know we talked a lot already this season about one of the recruits of the year, Alex Cairns, who's just in fantastic form. Got 2 wickets again with the ball, so I think he'll probably be looking to get some runs as well for Bellpost Hill. The disappointing thing for Grovedale was that as much talent as there is in their lineup, only Yalland really got runs. McNeil got a little bit of a start, got 33 in the lower order, but for Gareth Yalland to be the only one that really went on will disappoint Barry Cheetahs and his boys, and that's something they'll look to rectify over the next few weeks. I do think Bellpost Hill will get the points there though, Graham.
We're currently look at some footage from the Division 2 game between the Slappers and the Surfers. Alexander Thompson and Torquay. Alexander Thompson all out for 79. They're the Slappers. And Torquay, the Surfers, resuming at 1 for 64. But back to Division 1, another important game. 5th playing 6th, South Barwon, 9 for 247 with Damien Calibra, 121. Come up against the Lara Cats down at South Barwon, reserve number 2. Jim Timberlake, I'll throw to you again. Do you think South Hornstein have got enough with their good bowling attack led by the perennial Brad Hornstein?
I think so. In previous years, I would have said definitely, but with Lara's batting stocks these days, they're very capable of chasing down a big score.
Tim?
I'm going to stick with what Jim said a little bit there, and I think Lara will get that score. South Barnes bowlers haven't been in the most fantastic form over the first few weeks, and in contrast to that, Lara have been batting fantastically, led by Chris Bambury, who's already got a few scores, and he'll be looking to turn a couple of those. I think he's had already a few 90s for the year, so he'll be looking for a big score, potentially a 3-figure score as well, and I think if he can do that, then Lara will definitely be on the road to a victory.
I tell you what, it'll be an interesting clash between Brett Anderton with the ball for South Barwon and Christopher John Bambury and one Danny Hughes with the bat out there at South Barwon and Lara. Be an interesting game to watch. East Belmont at home at Winter Reserve to Newtown and Chilwell, the two Blues. Struggled to make 153. Grant Dew picked up 3 for 30. East Belmont resume at 1 for 64 with the very informed Hamish McDonald unbeaten on 34. Tim Mitchell, it looks as if East Belmont are fighting their way back in that top 6.
Yeah, that certainly looks to be the case, Graham. I can't see the two Blues getting back into this one at all. Hamish McDonald's a guy that's in fantastic form. Obviously got plenty of runs last round, and he's just carried that on in resplendent touch again for East Belmont, and I think he'll continue on his way. Probably get another big score, and he's going to be the one that leads East Belmont to victory.
Unbiased opinion?
I think we should win that one. We'll tick the runs off slowly, and then it might be a good chance for our middle order to get some time at the crease because they've had some mixed form of late.
St Joseph's are chasing Geelong City Sharks 226 after Scott Lindsay made 69 not out, and the St Joseph's batting lineup's been in excellent form, Tim Mitchell.
It certainly has been. And from the looks of things, Daniel Fanning obviously bowling plenty of overs last weekend, and the other spinner for St Joseph's bowling plenty of overs as well. It's obviously a deck that was giving a bit for the spinners. I'll be interested to see if that changes this week, because if that's the case, I don't know if Geelong City have that frontline spinner in their bowling lineup that can really tear through St Joseph's. And on that basis, I'm going to tip St Joseph's to get those runs. Jim Timberlake.
Yeah, I would have thought the same as well. St Joseph's has a very experienced top order with Courtney and Fanning and Damien Foster as well. So I think they'll be too experienced. They'll get those.
The North Geelong Magpies are at home at Osborne Park number 1 with 269 runs on the board. Alf Clark creeping closer to Jack Singh's record. But it was Colin Millard that led the batting brigade with 91. They take on the Leopold Lions. The Leopold Lions, they might be scratching, Tim.
Yeah, I think they will be. North Geelong has started the year in fantastic form. One of the big improvers in the GCA, and I think they'll continue that form on. Take the 6 points against Leopold and just cement that spot in the top 6. They've made their own over the first few rounds of the GCA season.
Jim Timberlake, your views?
Yeah, I think going into the season, both teams would have been had high hopes. They did some recruiting over the off season, and they were probably just finished out of the 6 last year. So, but I think North Geelong are taking the bull by the horns, and they're the big improvers this year. I think they'll win.
The reigning premiers, the Geelong West Rams, with 226 on the board. Slam and Sam Loftus bowled out 79. Come up against Manifold Heights. Tim Mitchell, can Mano make the runs?
I don't think they will, because Geelong West really need this victory. Haven't been in the most fantastic form since taking out the premiership this year. They've ground out a few results, but I think this is the one where Geelong West bowlers can really make a statement, come out and get some early wickets against Manifold Heights, clean up Manifold and get a win this weekend for the Rams.
In Division 2, congratulations to Warren Ponds. Their first win of the season on the first innings, 7 for 212. They defeated the second place Guild Saints, who were dismissed all out for 104. Congratulations to Shane Skeen with 5 wickets. And by gee, that'll give you some confidence, Jim.
Nothing better than 5 wickets in the bag going into the second day's play.
And North Shore scored 8 for 284 out there under the auspices of one Mr. Umpire Brian Coughlin, the man in white who's round and always right, against Marshall. One would think Tim North Shore have got enough runs on the board.
Yeah, I think that'll be their first win too for North Shore if they can wrap it up this weekend against Marshall, which is crucial to kick-starting their season. One of the other interesting results you've got to watch for too is Bell Park searching for an upset win. They batted pretty well last weekend against Newcombe in District, but the Bulls will still fancy themselves as well, so that's going to be another tight one to watch for in GCA Division 2.
And Division 3, we can't go without mentioning Little River, 284, Robson made 142, and the St Albans Breakwater side sitting on top of the Division 3 ladder, 5 for 388. Jason Murray, 200 not out. What a magnificent innings from Jason.
Yeah, it's not something that you see every day, Graham, and I know I have played a little bit against Jason with St Albans switching over this year from the BPCA to the GCA, and not only is he a quality bowler but also a quality bat as well, and it was shaping as a game that was always going to be dangerous in terms of the result and how lopsided it was going to be, with Meredith struggling and St Albans up and flying high and leading GCA Division 3, and that's turned out to be the case. I think St Albans will clean up Meredith pretty quickly and almost contemplate an outright in that one.
Our thanks to our special guest this morning, Jim Timberlake from East Belmont, and the correspondent for the GCA and the Geelong Independent. Keep up the great work, Jim, and let's hope that the back injury does definitely improve so that we see you back on the track, because Jay Timberlake has certainly been a very important part of the Geelong cricket scene for a long year, and we see many years to come.
Yep, thanks for having me, Roller. Thanks, Tim.
Tim, enjoy your cricket this weekend.
Yeah, certainly will, Graham. Out in the heat in the field, so hopefully we can clean up Queenscliff pretty quickly down in the B grade at Bowen Heads.
The Bowen Rockets have started training under their under-18 coach Brian Thomas, their under-16 Dowling coach Andre Borovic, and their under-14 coach Tommy Elliott. And congratulations to Michael Condy for his selection in the Victorian State under-17 team. Well batted, Michael. All the very best. Until next week on the Geelong Cricket Show, Rollo in his Hawaiian shirt saying, catch ya.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always on the ball.